I want you to think about the most magnetic woman you have ever met. Not the most beautiful, not the most successful, the most magnetic. The one who walked into a room and something shifted. The one people wanted to be near without knowing why. The one men pursued and women admired and nobody could quite explain. I would bet everything that she was not the woman who needed the most. She was the woman who needed the least. And that quiet, unshakable self-sufficiency, was the most attractive thing about her. I spent years being the opposite of that woman. After my divorce, I was hungry for reassurance, for validation, for someone to tell me I was going to be okay. And the more I needed, the less I received. Until one day, I stopped. Not because I had everything figured out, not because I had healed completely, but because I finally understood that neediness is not a feeling, it is a signal. And the moment you stop sending that signal, everything around you changes. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share is not about becoming cold or detached. It is about becoming so full within yourself that you stop looking outward for what was always inside you. This video is not about becoming emotionally unavailable. It is not about pretending you don't have needs or suppressing your feelings or building walls around your heart. It is about understanding one of the most counterintuitive truths in human psychology, that the less you need from people, the more they want to give you. That the less you chase, the more you are pursued. That the less validation you require, the more naturally it flows toward you. I have watched this play out hundreds of times with the women I work with. Women who were exhausted from chasing love, chasing approval, chasing a version of themselves they thought other people needed to see. And I have watched what happens when they stop, when they turn inward instead of outward, when they become genuinely, deeply okay with exactly where they are. The world does not ignore those women. The world reorganizes itself around them. I want to tell you about a woman named Vivian. She was 54 when she first reached out to me. Divorced, recently retired, living alone for the first time in 26 years. She described herself as invisible. She said, "Sarah, I reach out to people and they respond slowly. I make plans and they get canceled. I give and nothing comes back. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong." What Vivian was doing wasn't wrong. It was simply visible. Her need was visible. And when need is visible, when people can feel how much you are hoping they will show up for you, it creates a subtle but powerful pressure. And people, without even knowing why, step back from pressure. We spent 3 months working together. I didn't tell Vivian to stop caring about people or to become someone different. I told her to become more interested in her own life than in anyone else's response to it. She started painting again, something she had abandoned 20 years earlier. She booked a solo trip to Portugal. She stopped checking her phone every 30 minutes. 4 months later, she sent me a voice message. She was laughing. She said, "Sarah, I don't know what happened, but people are calling me now. My daughter visits without being asked. A man I've known for 2 years just told me he thinks about me all the time. I didn't change anything about how I treat people. I just stopped needing them to show up in a particular way." That is the shift. That is everything. Let me explain what is actually happening psychologically when a woman stops needing. Human beings are wired to move toward what feels good and away from what feels heavy. Need, real, visible, emotional need, feels heavy. Not because the person needing is wrong or broken, but because need places an invisible weight on every interaction. When you need someone to text back quickly, every delayed response becomes a small crisis. When you need reassurance, every neutral moment feels like rejection. When you need validation, every room you enter becomes a test you might fail. And the people around you feel that weight, even when you never say a word about it. Contrast that with a woman who genuinely does not need a particular response. She sends a message and then goes back to her life. She makes a plan and is equally happy whether it happens or not. She meets someone new and is curious about them without requiring anything from them. That woman is effortless to be around. She creates no pressure, no weight, no unspoken expectation. And because she creates no pressure, people relax around her. They open up. They lean in. They want more of how she makes them feel, which is free. Seen without being needed. Valued without being required. This is not a manipulation technique. This is what genuine inner fullness looks like from the outside, and it is available to every woman willing to do the inner work to get there. So how do you actually get there? Here are the 3 internal shifts that change everything. Shift number 1. You stop making people responsible for your emotional state. This is the hardest one, because we have been taught, especially as women, that the people who love us should make us feel loved. And they should. But when your emotional state rises and falls entirely based on how someone else behaves, you have handed them control of something that was never theirs to hold. Take it back. Your peace is yours to generate, not theirs to provide. Shift number 2. You build a life you are genuinely excited about. Not a life you are performing for someone else. Not a life you are building to prove something. A life that when you wake up in the morning, you are glad to be living. This is what Vivian found through painting in Portugal. This is what every woman I work with discovers when she stops organizing her world around other people's availability. When your life is full, genuinely, privately, joyfully full, you stop needing people to fill it. And paradoxically, that is when they most want to. Shift number 3. You become comfortable with your own company. Most neediness comes not from loving others too much, but from being uncomfortable alone. From the silence that descends when there is no one texting, no one calling, no one needing you back. Learn to sit in that silence without reaching for your phone. Learn to eat alone without feeling pitied. Learn to spend a Sunday entirely in your own company and call it a good day. That comfort, that quiet ease with yourself, radiates. People feel it before you say a word. I want to tell you specifically what changes when you make these shifts, because it is not subtle. The first thing that changes is how men respond to you. A man who senses that you need him to show up in a particular way will feel that pressure and, consciously or not, pull back from it. The same man, encountering a woman who is warm and open, but genuinely okay either way, he leans in. He pursues. He works for your attention because your attention is not guaranteed. And things we work for, we value in a way we never value things given freely. The second thing that changes is how women respond to you. Women are drawn to other women who have figured something out, who carry themselves with a quiet certainty, who don't need the group's approval before they speak or act or decide. When you stop needing validation from other women, when you stop adjusting your opinions based on the room, stop shrinking yourself to keep the peace, stop performing the version of yourself you think they want to see, something remarkable happens. They start coming to you. For advice, for energy, for the thing you have that they are still looking for. The third thing that changes, and this is the one that surprises women most, is how you respond to yourself. When you stop needing external validation to feel worthy, you discover something that was always true but impossible to see from inside the need. You were enough the entire time. The approval you were chasing was simply a distraction from the approval you already had, your own. And once you find that, nothing external can take it away. I want to be honest with you about something. The woman I am describing, the one who needs nothing, who is full within herself, who moves through the world without grasping, I am still becoming her. Some days more than others. There are still mornings when I check my phone too quickly. Still moments when I feel the old pull toward reassurance. Still conversations where I catch myself over-explaining, over-giving, hoping someone will meet me in a way they haven't yet chosen to. I am not beyond any of this. I am simply more aware of it than I used to be, and awareness is where everything begins. What I know for certain, after everything I have been through and everything I have witnessed in the women I work with, is this. The life you are trying to attract by needing it so badly is the same life that will come to you naturally the moment you stop needing it. The love you are chasing is the love that will find you when you are no longer running. The respect you are earning through overgiving is the respect that will be freely offered the moment you stop asking for it. You do not need to become someone new. You need to become someone complete. And that completeness, that quiet, full, unshakable sense of being enough exactly as you are, that is not something anyone can give you. But it is absolutely something you can build. If this video resonated with you, if something in it named a feeling you have been carrying for a long time, leave me a comment below. Tell me which of the 3 shifts feels most important for you right now. I read every single one. And if you know a woman who has been giving everything and receiving so little in return, please share this video with her. Not because it has all the answers, but because sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer someone we love is the reminder that she was never supposed to need this much in the first place. Subscribe if you haven't already. Every week, honest conversations about the inner life of women and what it truly means to become someone you don't have to perform for anyone else. I'll see you in the next one.